Hello and welcome to your Team DSI Advanced Leadership webinar. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal. We're co-founders of Team DSI. And before we get into our training for today, I just want to remind you 10 things to expect when you're building your business. Number one, there's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. That's just part of the game. Number two, you are going to success or failure is up to you. If you're successful in this, it's because of you. If you fail in it, it's because of you. It's not because of your upline. It's not because of your cross line. It's because of you. So it's up to you to succeed in your business. Number three, the goal is for you to become independent of your upline and independent of your mentor so you can be that leader. Number four is plan, do, review. Take action or plan your week. Take action and then review how it went and continue to change and get better. So plan, do, review. Number five, it's going to take time. It's going to take 1 year to become competent at this. It's going to take 3 years to create a significant part-time income. It's going to take 5 years to become a significant earner, and it's going to take 7 years to become world-class. All right, so this is just straight up real talk. This is not an overnight thing. This is just like any type of, if you were studying the guitar or anything like that, it would take about a year to become good at the guitar, 3 years to become pretty good at the guitar, 5 years to become very, very good, and 7 to become world class. Number six, it takes consistent work and hustle. Just no doubt about it. Number seven, you're going to have to grow and get outside of your comfort zone. Do things that if you feel uncomfortable, then you're doing the right thing. Number eight, you got to improve your skills. Number nine, focus, critical. And number 10, mental toughness. And always remember that professionals, amateurs sell products and professionals sell the vision. And Janelyn Marcelo has been with USANA for over 10 years. She's a Ruby director. She's in San Diego currently, but she started her business when she was living in Los Angeles. And she has grown so much in her business that not only is she now a Ruby director, but she's also able to focus on the ministry and her passion of helping others with ministry. Janelyn, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share your story with us. I'm super excited to hear it because I've never really heard your story, and I've known you for so long. And so we want to basically hear what your life was like before USANA, what your life was like when you were building your business, what were some of the challenges you had to overcome, and what's your life like now that you have your business established? Talk to us about the financial side, also the health side. And after about 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. So, Janelyn, welcome to the call.
Thank you guys for having me. So I see this little picture of my video of myself. I was trying to see if I can put you guys on this stand.
Oh, you're fine. We see you perfect.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
I was just afraid my phone was going to fall over. But hi, guys. Thank you for having me. I'd be lying if I would say that I'm not nervous, because I'm not going to say I'm nervous. I'm excited to be on this call with you guys. Gosh, where do I start my story? Wow. I guess I'll start with when I first saw USANA. I was 19 years old, and my friend's parents were using the product, and they introduced me to the USANA products, to the USANA business as well. But at 19 years old, I didn't really think that I wanted to build a network marketing business, because I had gotten involved in another type of, it was called network marketing, but really it was more like a recruiting business with no product. And that company lasted less than a year. So I had a really bad taste in my mouth of what I thought network marketing was. And then I want to say, but I like the products. I kept using them. And then later on, my friend, as many of you guys know, is Michael Callejas, and he approached me about USANA again. And both of us at this point, we were sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I remember at that point we were working down the street from each other. He was, if you guys remember his story, he was working as plumbing and electrical, something like that. I remember he was working 2 jobs. He was working over, I want to say 70 plus hours a week, because I remember I was right behind him working at almost 60 hours a week. And this is me now at like 21 years old. And we were just so exhausted, and we would schedule our lunches at the same time so we could kind of brainstorm and think of like, what else can we do? And it always come back to network marketing. So when he decided that, all right, it's time, I locked arms with him, and I was really nervous, but I trusted him. I trusted his leadership, and we started building our business. And he went on to a really fast start. You guys know how Mike is. He is amazing. He is just this charismatic, awesome personality. And for me, I was just super, I guess, when it came to business, especially USANA, I was really shy. I was at the time like super overweight, had a lot of acne, lack of self-confidence. I remember thinking, how am I gonna try building this? So I tried anyway. I went to meetings, I went to trainings, and I would get rejected over and over and over, to the point where I wanted to quit. And I remember I'd go to Mike's mom's house, and after every meeting, I would just like plop on his bed and start crying. I was like, I can't do this. And he would do his best to encourage me when he didn't know what else to do, because I think there's no training on what to do when your associate starts crying. He would turn on Jim Rohn. So we just I would just listen to that over and over, Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. And it was encouraging. At the same time, I was going to school for massage therapy. And normally, if you guys know, I'm Filipino. And when you're Filipino, your options are typically nursing or nursing. And I figured I didn't want to go down that route. What I decided to do was become a massage therapist. So I went to school for that. And at the same time, I was networking, getting referrals. And a good friend of mine was the DJ for, if you guys are familiar with the music group, the Black Eyed Peas. And he, I remember when I got introduced to him, I just pursued that relationship with him. Like, I would message back then, if you guys remember MySpace, I would message and say, okay, if the Black Eyed Peas ever need a massage therapist, let me know. I'm in training right now. I will do it for free. Like, I said whatever it took to just to get them interested. And that was about 6 months worth of me trying to follow up and build that relationship with him. And 6 months later, during this particular week, I had gotten rejected in USANA maybe almost every day that week. And I was at the point where I wanted to quit. But I remember thinking the next day, I woke up one morning thinking like, something good's going to happen to me today. I feel it. A minute later, my phone rings, and it's the DJ. And he says, are you free today? Would you be willing to massage? If you guys know, his name's Apple from the Black Eyed Peas. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I went over to his house thinking, I can't believe this is happening. I remember driving and thinking, man, maybe I should just quit on USANA, just pursue massage therapy. My goal was to get on tour with them, to be their main massage therapist, I guess. And I remember when I pulled up to his house in LA, he lived in this gorgeous house in Silver Lake. And I remember thinking, man, I'm never going to get a house like this being a massage therapist. And I'm thinking, I want to buy a house like this for my mom one day. And it caused me to dream again in that moment. And I remember I said a prayer, and I was like, okay, God, if you want me to continue building USANA, then help me get him as a customer today. But if he doesn't become a customer today, then I'm going to put USANA on the back burner, and I'm just going to pursue massage therapy. So I walked in, we met, and I gave him his massage, and as we were talking, I'm trying to figure out, how do I talk to him about vitamins? How am I going to bring this up? Because when someone's getting a massage, they typically don't want to have a conversation. They just want to relax. But luckily, he was talkative during the session, and he was talking about going on tour, and asked, how do you guys stay healthy while you're on tour? And I go, do you guys have a personal trainer? Do you guys work out? And he was like, oh yeah, we have a trainer that comes with us. I was like, awesome. Do they have you take vitamins, like vitamin C, to stay healthy? And he's like, no, but we do want to start taking vitamins. So my friend, the DJ, walks in and he says, yeah, I'm going to get you guys vitamins that I saw at Rite Aid. And I just butted in, and I was like, actually, I take these really good vitamins and I get them at a discount. I'll hook you guys up if you're interested. And Apple was like, sure, just send it to me on tour. I was like, okay. And then that was it. I finished the session. A few minutes later, after the session, he goes, do you have any vitamins now? Can you hook it up now? And I was like, yeah. So I drove back to my house, got a health pack, brought it to him, and he started taking the vitamins right there. And he said, can I order more? And I was like, sure. And he ordered over $400 worth of products right there. And I remember feeling like I was in a daze, like, is this really happening? Because the day before, I got rejected, and my friend wouldn't even sign up for I think it was called the EBDS back then, for $29.95. And here I am selling to this superstar, the hottest band at the moment, buying over $400 worth of stuff for him and his crew. I remember going home that night, on my drive home, thinking, okay, I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm going to keep building USANA. And that just boosted up my confidence. And literally that week later, I went from, I think I hadn't made a check in months, because I had just started a few months prior. I think I had made a share check, or a believer check. So from believer, and I went to director that week, because I approached everyone that said no to me that same week, and I said, okay. I went back with new confidence, and then a few months later, I hit silver, and again, confidence was continued to build. And what happened at the time? Oh, the Sanse spa parties came into play at that time, and I started building my business with spa parties. I started doing presentations, and when I look back, it really, what changed. I don't want to say my skill went up per se, though that does organically over time. But the key thing I look back is just my confidence. And it's not that I had to be a superstar that had to say yes to me. I think it was just that persistence, excuse me, the persistence that I had over months and months of people saying no, and the encouragement from Mike. And finally, when that yes came, because I waited for so long, was just so sweet. I was like, I need to get more yeses. And I guess in order for me to get this yes, I have to continue going through the no's, because that yes was so worth it. And that from that yes, the fruit that came from that, and I still continue getting no's, but it didn't sting as much anymore. And the next thing that happened was with the spa parties. I'll tell you one more story. So I think about a month later, I decided, okay, I'm going to try to do presentations, but I didn't feel confident doing health and freedoms. But when I got introduced to the spa party, I was like, I could do this. I like parties. I like facials. But I was nervous too, because my skin just it was not popping. Like, I was popping pimples. Sorry, that sounds gross. But I was like, how am I going to sell the skincare? My skin looks awful. But I was like, I'm going to try anyway. And I collected testimonials from people that had nice skin, so I would defer to them. And that built up my confidence as well. And that first spa party that I did, Michael Callejas was supposed to do the presentation for me, because I had never done a presentation before. And so I gathered everyone, like the women at my church, the deacon, the pastor's wife at my church, and they were ready to go. And minutes before the spa party, or like 30 minutes before the spa party, Mike cancels on me. And he's like, you have to go to the spa party. It was Mother's Day, by the way. He goes, I have to spend time with my mom. I was like, I know, but you promised me you were going to do the presentation. He was like, it's okay, you got it. I was like, but I've never done one before. So I start crying again. I was so mad at him. I went to his house, picked up the spa party kit or the box, and I went back to my church, got everything ready, and I did the presentation. I remember just, in my opinion, messed up a lot, but the point was everyone had fun. And at the end of it, I think I sold over 1,200 something points worth of product for my first spa party, not having any training with it. Never done a presentation before. And that, again, boosted up my confidence, which started a campaign for the rest of the summer of spa parties where I averaged about 500 to 800 points per spa party. I was doing about 3 spa parties a week at least. And that got me to gold and onto Ruby. And we went from building with millennials to, what's the generation before the baby boomers? I can't remember. Generation, I forget what age.
Before? You mean Generation X?
Is it Generation X? Yeah, I think them. Because I was in my early 20s. So we were trying to reach people in their 30s. So that happened. And then, and then started signing up doctors, and doctors started calling me up to sign up. That was amazing. Nurses from UCLA called me to sign up. So I started attracting an amazing group of people. And I think because I started becoming attractive and attracting success, but it was amazing. God is good. So nothing I want to say that I did per se, but just being a conduit of that message of persistence and just having that drive and serving people. When I started switching it from it's all about me to what do I look like, or can I build this business, to who can I serve, how can I help people who can benefit from these products, and having extra money and time freedom, things like that. That paradigm shift, that is what revolutionized my business. So
that is a huge paradigm shift. I love your story. You are so funny. I was cracking up. You're talking about Filipinas' options are nursing or nursing. I was like freaking laughing out loud. Seriously, like you had like some funny jokes. You're funny. But like really, I think the thing that inspires me most from hearing your story is that, I mean, you went through like 6 months of no's and really down times, and you just stuck through it. And once you tasted some success of a yes, you just kind of, sounds like the no's didn't hurt you so much, and you had more strength. And it seemed like your breakthroughs were always right after your meltdowns. Like even when Michael didn't show up to your meeting, and that's, you had a meltdown, and then you went and did it anyways and had a breakthrough. And I mean, that's just such great advice for anyone building, their USANA business. And so I am super, super grateful that you shared these stories. I had no idea. So we only have about 4 or 5 minutes left, and I know we have a line full of people that have questions. So if you have a question for Ruby Director Janelyn Marcelo, please chat it, unmute yourself. Let's go. And while people are thinking of questions, I'll just ask a quick one. Yeah. What was it? Has there been any other meltdowns that you pushed through? Like, I mean, you shared 2 of them, but have you had any lately? Things like that. You keep pushing through them, so you're never going to quit. You already been here for how long?
Yeah, I know. One that just popped into my mind right now as far as a meltdown goes, I remember I was on week 3 of my gold run. You know how they say the gold run is the hardest. I remember it was week 3. It was a fantastic Friday. I got like 20 minutes left on the clock before the end of the week. And I was at home and I'm trying to enter all these things and I was getting frustrated. I remember I was, again, crying. I was such a big crybaby. But I think I was freaking out because my computer was slowing down, or the internet or something. And my mom walks into the room and sees me crying as I'm typing in all these orders. And my mom was like, she didn't understand at the time what I was doing, but she's like, you see, that's why you have to have a full-time job so you can have benefits. You're not going to stress out like this. And she left the room, and like, that was the last thing I needed to hear. And the tears continued to flow. And I remember thinking, but Mom, I'm doing this for you. And then a few months later, we end up at International Convention, and she comes with me and just watches me on stage. And she goes, I get it. And she became a USANA hater to a USANA advocate, waving that USANA flag, and now tells everyone about USANA. But that moment, it didn't break me, but it just reminded me, I'm like, how Les Brown says, the people that stand to benefit the most become part of the discouragement club. And for that brief second, she was. But
Wow.
it's all good now.
Wow, that's phenomenal. We have a question from Adriana Perez in San Antonio. Were you using a specific strategy to prospect?
Specific strategy to prospect. At the time, doing the basics as far as just making my list, which I know GoPro teaches too. I just started just using those brain joggers, I think, and just making a list of everyone that I knew. And the training that I had at the time, it kind of, the approach was almost kind of like it was a job because of the demographic I was working with, because at the time no one's looking for a business. All my friends are kind of looking for a job. So I was approaching it in a way where it sounded more like it was are you looking for work? I'll introduce you to I didn't use the word supervisor. I can't remember the word. It's been so long at that time that I was using it. But literally, I made a list of people, and I just started calling, asking if I could show you a way to make extra income. Would you be interested? If I could show you a way to spend more time with your kids, would you be interested? I want to say that was the main line that I used. I hope that answers your question. But as basic as making a list and attacking it.
Love it. Next question comes from Aaron Ladson in San Antonio. After success with closing Apple in a massage session, did you use your massage therapy business to help promote your USANA business primarily, or did you use a different marketing strategy?
Once I made $1,000, once I experienced that comma in my check, I was like, bye massage therapy. I was like, I'm going to get the massages now. So I stopped, actually, because I was exhausted, because I was working 60 hours plus building my massage business on the side. But I would promote my massage business later on when I was trying to fundraise for Children's Hunger Fund. But I had used my experience as a massage therapist to attract other massage therapists, where I would approach massage therapists, fitness trainers, people like that. I would ask if I could show you a way where you could generate an additional stream of income from your existing clientele, as well as a clientele that you hardly see or might not come back to you anymore. Would you be open to taking a look? And 10 out of 10, yes.
Interesting. Cool. So Adriana asks, so you're not doing massage therapy anymore?
No. only for friends that remember that I do, which I tell them, shush, don't tell anybody. No, I'm going to save my massage therapy skills for my future husband.
Haha, love it. I know I don't teach guitar lessons anymore, so I know what you mean.
Yeah.
and then Crystal doesn't even want me to play guitar for her. So, I mean,
Aww.
I don't, it's just not her love language, I guess, but.
No, her love language is dance.
Yeah. But, well, awesome. Janelyn, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share your story. I know everybody found it hugely inspiring. I just want to end with asking one more question, which is actually it's kind of a two-part question, but what's your life like today thanks to USANA? And what's your advice for everyone that's on this call? Because everyone's at different stages of their business.
Yeah, my life today, like you mentioned earlier, I'm in San Diego. I came out to San Diego from LA to attend a discipleship school. My goal was to, not that my goal, but God just called me out to San Diego to attend this discipleship school where they equip you for ministry, like missions and things like that. And it's been just a lot of spiritual growth in my walk with the Lord. And really diving into what it means to love people and to serve people. And he's sent me to Haiti to love people out there. I'm waiting to see if he's going to send me out to South Africa next year. We'll see how that goes. But God has really just grown my heart for people, and I believe the training that I've had in network marketing and USANA really laid that ground and for the foundation of how to build relationships with people. And so it's given me a new why to build my USANA business. Again, going back to being that servant leader for people, because I know our goals change and our vision changes over time. So I'm in a season of transition right now, in a season of refining that why to build my USANA business again, because sometimes money is such just a sensitive topic, and I found for a long time my identity and my focus was in success and money. But now it's I'm in the season of transition right now, and my encouragement to people is to continue refining that why and your goals, and to remember like why you're doing this, because that's just going to drive your goals. And it's super basic. I don't think there's a magic formula to any of this, and I would just say, if you're discouraged, just keep going. And I believe with the sweetest moments, I believe, is when you're walking through that valley of rejection and pain and not knowing what you're going to do, and you want to bang your head against the wall, and then you keep walking through that valley, and next thing you know, your success is right there. And it's just such a sweet moment, but you're not going to appreciate it as much unless you walk through that valley. So that'd be my encouragement. Continue. Keep pursuing.
Awesome. Well, Janelyn, thank you again for your time. Thank you for your inspirational stories. We've actually recorded this, so if you want to have it to share with people, we'll send you the link. But thank you again for your time, and I'm super inspired. I'm like ready to go contact more people and have my mind in the right place about it being about their goals and about serving them. And, even myself, all these years into it, still sometimes get caught in that trap. So it's always a great reminder to think about, what's in it for them and what it's going to do for their life by me contacting them and having them watch a presentation video or doing whatever the work is that's necessary to help someone. So thank you, Janelyn. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you at International Convention in August, where I see you every year. And let's go ahead and unmute the lines, and everybody say thank you, Janelyn, and God bless.
Thank you, Janelyn.
Thank you, Janelyn.
Oh, thank you. One thing real quick, don't forget that there's a Tel Aviv every Wednesday. Well, tonight. Yeah, I'm also doing another training, so jump on that, because I'm teaching about how to host a Tel Aviv experience.
Oh, okay. Tel Aviv. What time?
For me, it's 5 p.m. Pacific time.
7 o'clock Central. Tonight at 7 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
6 o'clock Mountain. We have people on all the time zones. 5 o'clock Pacific. 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, go on the USANA, the US page.
USANA United States page.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you.